Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So yesterday marked a multi-day balance breakout, and in the overnight session, ES has been consolidating in the upper part of yesterday's range, signaling continued bullishness and buyers in control. Heading into the open, our short-term bias is going to be bullish, and our intermediate-term bias will now be neutral bullish. And as long as we're not seeing any major warning signs in real time, like broad market weakness and sustained downside momentum, by default, we are going to favor the long side today, and the expectation is for buyers to be active on any pullbacks into support, with potential for a breakout continuation move into 41.6875, as well as the initial resistance zone at 41.75 to 83.25. And as long as we're seeing continued strength and sustained upside momentum, and the other markets also participating in the upside move, there would be potential for the market to head even higher into 41.90 to 96.75, and then we have better resistance at 42.03 half to 42.12, where sellers are likely to be active on first test. And considering that the market has already made a large move and would be getting overextended, technically sellers could step in even at 41.90 to 96.75. On the downside, we have pre-market support at 41.3675 to 44.75, and holding above that zone would signal stability and continued strength, while a breakdown below it would be an early indication of intraday weakness. Now, as long as that breakdown is not happening on big downside momentum, buyers can still be active at the 41.19 half to 26.75 initial support, and especially at the 41.06 to 16 area, because that area marks the 50% retracement of yesterday's strong upside move. And if the market is truly strong, then we should see buyers step in at 41.06 to 41.16, and ideally we don't even get a pullback all the way down to 41.06 to 16. But in the event that we do, that is an important area of support where buyers can be active. And in the event that the market ends up heading lower, the 40.84 half to 94 half is a critical point. That marks yesterday's breakout area. So a pullback all the way down into 40.84 half to 94 half would be a breakout retest, and that is a key inflection point if this breakout is going to remain in play. Again, typically with strong breakouts, we don't see deep retracements. And given the magnitude of yesterday's move and the level of upside momentum that we saw on the NYSE tick, and considering that the other markets don't really have any significant resistance nearby, ideally we don't get too big of a retracement. Buyers hold ES above either pre-market or initial support, and then we get a continuation move into at least the initial resistance zone, with potential to head up into 41.90 to 96.75, and even 42.03 half to 42.12. So by default, our focus is going to be more on the long side, and in order for us to adjust that view, we would need to see some big and sustained downside momentum in real time, or some major bearish disconnect with one of the other markets. So that is the plan heading into the open. Let's see how the real-time situation shapes up and whether buyers can now sustain yesterday's balance breakout. That's going to help set the bias and tone going forward, and we'll take it from there.